The 10 and 11 Knicks close out a back-to-back tonight against Giannis and the Bucks. So tonight's game is at the Garden. Let's bring in New York Post basketball columnist Zach Braziller because he has a couple articles up on the site about the team, and it's time to go deeper into the writing. All right, first and foremost, happy belated to Julius Randle. He dropped 36 last night on his 28th birthday. Last year around this time, Zach, most Knicks fans wanted this man out of New York, but he's been playing pretty well. What's been the difference in his game compared to this season from last season?
I think Jalen Brunson's really helped him. I really do. I think Randle has bought into the, playing with the ball less, moving, playing up tempo more. I've liked his game. I really have, especially offensively. Defensively, there's still games where you'd like to see more effort. But for the most part, he's adjusted his game on the offensive end. He's had games where he hasn't really scored a ton, and he's been fine with that. He's had games where he's obviously taken a lot of shots, and he's played very well. I know Julius Randle's still, a lot of fans are kind of hit and miss on him, but I don't think Julius Randle's the issue with this team. I think Julius Randle's played very well.
All right. I don't know if you remember, but earlier this year we spoke about Quentin Grimes' playing time coming back from injury. I mean, fast forward to last night, he made his 5th consecutive start. What has he brought to the starting lineup?
He does everything well. He defends. He moves the ball. He attacks when the opportunity is there. He can shoot threes, although before last night he really hadn't hit a lot, but some of that was just kind of rust and basically being out for 2 months. There's a lot to like about him. He always seems like he makes the right play. He always makes the right read. He's such a Thibodeau type of player when you consider just the effort he gives, his defensive awareness, his unselfishness. Tibbs loves him, and a lot of Knicks fans love him. I mean, I think barring injury or anything unforeseen, I think he's your starting two or the rest of the season.
All right, so here's a guy that Tibbs and Knicks fans may not love. And you wrote Evan Fournier is making $18 million this season, and he didn't get off the bench for the 8th straight game. What message is Tibbs not only sending to him, the player, but to the team?
Look, it's about winning. There's no question about it. I mean, that's all that matters to the coach. It's all really that should matter to the fans. And, Fournier really struggled on the defensive end. He was off to a slow start offensively. And look, they have better options at his position, whether it's Grimes, whether it's Cam Reddish, obviously RJ Barrett. I mean, they have better options there, and this team isn't good enough to have guys out there who aren't getting the job done. They need productive players, and Fournier hasn't been productive. Now, I want to say this: he's been an absolute pro. He's dealt with it as well as you can, at least from publicly. He's answered questions. He's spoken to the media. He doesn't have to do that. So I really respect kind of how he has handled this situation. But right now, I just don't see a fit for him with this team.
All right, this last question is pretty much a statement, and I hope we clip it for social, so I want you to go in on this one. At 10 and 11, the Knicks are better or worse than their record? Go.
They're better because I think Quentin Grimes brings a ton to the table. And I think if you have a healthy Quentin Grimes all year, I think you might have another win or two. That said, coming in, this was a team that was projected to kind of be around 8th or 9th in the league, and I still think they will be. They've lost a few home games to some good teams, but if you look at it, they won in Utah, they won in Denver. They really haven't, losing, I guess, to Portland at home without Lillard, you could call a bad loss, but they really haven't had a bad loss to where they're losing to a bad team they shouldn't lose to. The issue is they just haven't been able to beat a good team. The superstar has killed this team. What you can name a million of them. So, but overall, I think they're kind of where you thought there would be, maybe 1 or 2 more wins. And I do think, a healthy Grimes, a healthy Mitchell Robinson, you probably have maybe another win or 2.
All right, Knicks fans, at Zach on that one, not me. Leave comments to Zach on that one. But the Knicks take on the Milwaukee Bucks tonight at the Garden at 7:30 p.m. Zach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, man, anytime.